made hundreds of minor technical improvements, she said. I'll have the specifications sent to you later. 2 of those changes, however, are rather serious modifications to the system. It may take some getting used to. Dr. Halsey's brow furrowed. John had never seen her worried before. First, she told him, we have replicated, and I might add improved upon, the energy shield the Covenant Jackals have been using against us to great effect. This armor had shields? The Master Chief had known that Oni Research had been working on adapting Covenant technology. Spartans had standing orders to capture Covenant machines wherever they could. The researchers and engineers had announced some advancements in artificial gravity. Some UNSC ships were already using this technology. The fact that the Mjolnir armor possessed shields was a stunning breakthrough. For years, there had been no luck back engineering Covenant shield tech. Most in the scientific community had given up hope of ever cracking it. Maybe that's why Dr. Halsey was worried. Maybe they hadn't worked out all the bugs. Dr. Halsey nodded to the technicians. Let's begin. The techs turned to a series of instrument panels. One, a slightly younger man, donned a comm headset.
Okay, Master Chief.
The tech's voice crackled through John's helmet speakers.
There's an activation icon in your heads-up display. There is also a manual control switch located at position 12 in your helmet.
He chinned the control. Nothing happened.
Wait a moment, please, sir. We have to give the suit an activation charge. After that, it can accept regenerative power from the fusion pack. Stand on the platform and be absolutely still.
He stepped onto the platform that had held the Mjolnir armor. The pillars flickered on and glowed a brilliant yellow. The pillars started to spin slowly around the base of the platform. The Master Chief felt a static charge tingling in his extremities. The glow intensified, and his helmet's blast shield automatically dimmed. The charge in the air intensified. His skin crawled with ionization. He smelled ozone. Then the spinning slowed and the light dimmed.
Reset the activation button now, Master Chief.
The air around the Master Chief popped, as if it jumped away from the Mjolnir armor. There was none of the shimmer that normal Covenant shields had. Was it working? He ran his hand over his arm and encountered resistance a centimeter from the surface of the armor. It was working. How many times had he and his teammates had to find ways to slip past a Jackal's shield? He'd have to rethink his tactics, rethink everything.
It provides full coverage
Dr. Halsey's voice piped through the speakers.
and dissipates energy far more efficiently than the Covenant shields the Spartans have recovered, though the shield is concentrated on your arms, legs, head, chest, and back. The energy field tapers down to a hair under a millimeter, so you don't lose the ability to hold or manipulate items with your hands.
The lead technician activated another control, and new data sprawled across John's display.
There's a segmented bar in the upper corner of your HUD,
The technician said.
right next to your biomonitor and ammunition indicators. It indicates the charge level of your shield. Don't let it completely dissipate. When it's gone, the armor starts taking the hits.
The Master Chief slipped off the platform. He skidded, then came to a halt. His movements felt oiled. His contact with the floor felt tentative.
You can adjust the bottom of your boot emitters, as well as the emitters inside your gloves, to increase traction. In normal use, you will want to set these to a minimum level. Just be aware your defenses will be diminished in those locations.
Understood. He adjusted the field strengths. In zero-G environment, I should increase those sections to full strength, correct?
That is correct.
Dr. Halsey said. How much damage can they take before the system is breached?
That is what you will learn here today, Master Chief. I think you'll find that we have several challenges in store for you to see how much punishment the suit can take.
He nodded. He was ready for the challenge. After weeks spent traveling in slip space, he was long overdue for a workout. John slid back his helmet visor and turned to face Dr. Halsey. "You said there were 2 major system improvements, Doctor?" She nodded and smiled. "Yes, of course." She reached into her lab coat and withdrew a clear cube. "I doubt you've ever seen one of these before. It is the memory processor core of an AI. Like Deja. Yes, like your former teacher. But this AI is slightly different. I'd like to introduce you to Cortana." The Master Chief looked around the tent. He saw no computer interface or holographic projectors. He cocked an eyebrow at Dr. Halsey. "There is a new layer sandwiched between the reactive circuits and the inner biolayers of your armor," Dr. Halsey explained. "It is a weave of additional memory processor superconductor. The same material as an AI's core." "Yes," Dr. Halsey replied. "An accurate analysis. Your armor will carry Cortana. The Mjolnir system has nearly the same capacity as a shipborne AI system. Cortana will interface between you and the suit and provide tactical and strategic information for you in the field." "I'm not sure I understand." "Cortana has been programmed with every ONI computer insurgency routine," Dr. Halsey told him. "And she has a talent for modifying them on the fly. She has our best Covenant language translation software as well. Her primary purpose is to infiltrate their computer and communication systems. She will intercept and decode point-to-point Covenant transmissions and give you updated intelligence in the field." Intel support in an operation where there had been no reconnaissance. The Master Chief loved that. It would level the playing field significantly. "This AI is the computer specialist we'll be taking onto the Covenant ship," the Master Chief said. "Yes. And more. Her presence will allow you to utilize the suit more effectively." John had a sudden flash. AIs handled a great deal of point defense during naval operations. Can she control the Mjolnir armor? He wasn't sure he liked that. "No. Cortana resides in the interface between your mind and the suit, Master Chief. You will find your reaction time greatly improved. She will be translating the impulses in your motor cortex directly into motion. She can't make you send those impulses." "This AI," he said, "will be inside my mind?" That must have been what the upgrade to his standard issue UNSC computer interface had been for. "That is the question, isn't it?" Halsey replied. "I can't answer that, Master Chief. Not scientifically." "I'm not sure I understand, Doctor." "What is the mind, really? Intuition? Reason? Emotion? We acknowledge they exist, but we still don't know what makes the human mind work." She paused, searching for the right words. "We model AIs on human neural networks, on electrical signals in the brain, because we just know that the human brain works, but not how or why. Cortana resides between your mind and the suit, interpreting the electrochemical messages in your brain and transferring them to the suit via your neural implant. So, for lack of a better term, yes, Cortana will be inside your mind." "Ma'am, my priority will be to complete this mission. This AI, Cortana, may have conflicting directives." "There is no need to worry, Master Chief. Cortana has the same mission parameters as you do. She will do anything necessary to make sure that your mission is accomplished, even if that means sacrificing herself or you to accomplish it." The Master Chief exhaled, relieved. "Now, please kneel down. It's time to insert her memory processor matrix into the socket at the base of your neck." The Master Chief knelt. There was a hissing noise, a pop, and then cold liquid poured into the Master Chief's mind. A spike of pain jammed into his forehead, then faded. "Not a lot of room in here," a smooth female voice said. "Hello, Master Chief." Did this AI have a rank? Certainly, she was not a civilian or a fellow soldier. Should he treat her like any other piece of UNSC-issued equipment? Then again, he treated his equipment with the respect it deserved. He made sure every gun and knife was cleaned and inspected after every mission. It was unsettling. He could hear Cortana's voice through his helmet speakers, but it also felt like she was speaking inside his mind. Hello, Cortana. I'm detecting a high degree of cerebral cortex activity. You're not the muscle-bound automatons the press makes you out to be. Automaton? The Master Chief whispered. Interesting choice of words for an artificial intelligence. Dr. Halsey watched the Master Chief with great interest. You must forgive Cortana, Master Chief. She is somewhat high-spirited. You may have to allow for behavioral quirks. Yes, ma'am. I think we should begin the test straight away. There's no better way for the two of you to get acquainted than in simulated combat. No one said anything about combat, Cortana said. The Oni Bras have arranged a test for you and the new Mjolnir system, Dr. Halsey said. There are some that believe you two are not up to our proposed mission. Ma'am, the Master Chief snapped to attention. I'm up for it, ma'am. I know you are, Master Chief. Others require proof. She looked around at the shadows cast by the Marines outside the fabric walls of the command dome. You hardly need a reminder to be prepared for anything, but stay on your guard just the same. Dr. Halsey's voice dropped to a whisper. I think some of the Oni brass would prefer to see you fail this test, Master Chief, and they may have arranged to make sure you do, regardless of your performance. I won't fail, Doctor. Her forehead wrinkled with worry lines, but then they quickly disappeared. I know you won't. She stepped back and dropped her conspiratorial whisper. Master Chief, you are ordered to count to 10 after I leave. After that, make your way to the obstacle course. At the far end is a bell. Your goal will be to ring it. She paused, then added, You are authorized to neutralize any threats in order to achieve this objective. Affirmative, the Master Chief said. Enough uncertainty. Now he had an objective and rules of engagement. Be careful, Master Chief, Dr. Halsey said quietly. She gestured at the pair of technicians to follow her, then turned and walked out of the tent. The Master Chief didn't understand why Dr. Halsey thought he was in real danger. He didn't have to understand the reason. All he needed to know was that danger was present. He knew how to handle danger. Uploading combat protocols now, Cortana said. Initiating electronic detection algorithms. Boosting neural interface performance to 85%. I'm ready when you are, Master Chief. The Master Chief heard metallic clacks around the tent. Analyzing sound pattern, Cortana said. Database matched. Identified as someone cycling the bolt of an MA-5B assault rifle. I know. Standard issue weapons for orbital drop shock troopers. Since you're in the know, Master Chief, Cortana quipped, I assume you have a plan? John snapped his helmet visor back down and sealed the armor's environment system. Yes. Presumably your plan doesn't involve getting shot? No. So, what's the plan? Cortana sounded worried.